Medium turkey chili.
Medium crab bisque.
I didn't get any bread.
Just forget it. Let it go.
Excuse me, I think you forgot my bread.
Bread, $2 extra.
$2, but everyone in front of me got free bread.
You want bread?
Yes, please.
$3! What? No soup for you.
Hello and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Vinny.
My name's Matt.
Hi, Schmoopy.
Hi, Schmoopy.
No, you're Schmoopy.
Yeah, Schmoopy. Actually, we better keep our voices down because our real-life Schmoopies are sleeping right now.
Yeah, you don't want to upset Schmoopy when she's sleeping.
No, that's not good at all. How you doing?
I'm doing well. We're here. We're doing this.
We are. Hope everyone listening in the United States is having a good Thanksgiving. I'm imagining, like a Kramer turkey wing waving at me right now. A whole building that reeks of mashed potatoes.
Is that parsley?
Is there any other Thanksgiving? Oh, more heavy gravy.
There you go.
I'm sure everyone's watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade right now. Hopefully you are, if not.
Why don't we get together around the holidays, watch some football?
Another good one. Excellent. All right, got the muscles all loosey-goosey. I like it. We are talking about maybe the most popular episode of Seinfeld ever today.
Yeah, I'd concur with that.
But before we get to that, I thought we could go over some emails and voicemails about last week's episode, The Hot Tub, plus any corrections or questions in general over the past couple of episodes. First up, I want to give a shout out to listeners, Alex Eberhart, Hillary Sinian, and Chris McGuffin, there we go, for tracking down the song that Jerry plays on the radio in the hotel room.
Oh my goodness, that was fantastic pulls by you guys to track that. We were pleading with our listeners, please somebody find that song, and we had 3 people track it down. So kudos to you guys for doing that.
And according to Hillary, all it took was a Google search. So
that just goes to show you the research we put into this show week after week.
Right. So if anyone is interested, the song is part of some library out there. I think it's called the Network Music Library, and it's called Flapper, and in parentheses, Nostalgic Fun. So this is just, like a regular music track that you can, probably most TV networks have access to. And what we'll do is we'll play a clip from The Hot Tub, and then we'll play the song, and you can be the judge as to whether or not they're the same song.
All right, let's check out the clock. Not good. 6:50. Volume check. What kind of music you want to wake up to? Top 40, classical?
Whatever.
How about adult contemporary?
Fine, adult contemporary. Just pick one.
All right.
You hear it, right? The boom, boom,
yeah.
boom, boom, boom. Dun, dun, dun. Now on YouTube, the song is linked to a show called, oh God, I'm no good with Spanish, Este SL show.
Sure. Yeah.
Which translates to This Is the Show, which I like.
Hey, Russell Dalrymple.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll include a link in our show notes if anyone wants to have this song on repeat while you're, I don't know, hanging out with your friends at a party, whatever.
I think it sounds like a good ringtone option. Mm-hmm. Or you can just wake up to it, set it up as your alarm.
Yeah, totally. Be like Jean-Paul. We have another email here from the listener, Alton Sila. God. All right, I'm going to put it out there right now. We have so many names to mispronounce this episode, so hang in there, listeners. Alton Sila wanted to let us know that we forgot one of the best Lomez references last week. Remember, we went through a couple of them. Lomez in the porta potty. He's Orthodox. Alton tells us that in the Muffin Tops during the Peterman reality bus tour, Kramer, he gets back on the bus, and before the scene cuts, he says, okay, Lomez's place of worship is around here.
I love how when we drop the ball on something like this, our listeners are there to pick us up.
Yeah.
So thank you, Alton.
So I guess that was Lomez's synagogue or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Anyways.
And did we happen to notice that Alton shares the name of Elaine's father?
Yes. It's
very cool.
It's Altin. So Alton?
Sounds the same to me.
Okay. All right, let's move on to some voicemails here. We have 4 to get through here. First one up is from listener Tyson.
Hey, what's up, dudes? This is Tyson, calling from southern Utah. The hot tub episode, just one thing I wanted to point out. If you rewatch it, towards the end when it first shows John Paul jogging kind of over the little hill, you can see the filming rig in the shot with him, and the next scene is the angle from the filming rig. So it's one of those things. You don't see cameras in the shot all too often, but something to go back and check out later. Oh yeah, you guys work your asses off. It's a great podcast. I've listened to every episode. Absolutely love it. Keep up the good work, and peace out.
Thank you, Tyson. That was very nice of you.
Yeah.
I actually noticed that shot that Tyson's referring to, and I had that same thought. And then I said, well, maybe it could be construed as like the people that film the marathons. They're running alongside the runners, but it absolutely is the film crew. So good pickup by Tyson there.
Right. So this is the shot when Jerry, Kramer, and Elaine are on the sidelines, and Elaine's like, oh, here they come. And there's that wide shot. I thought the same thing you did, Vinny, but it eventually cuts to that footage, that angle of Jean-Paul. So most definitely is the Seinfeld film crew.
The magic of television. This is how it's done.
For sure. I'm going to try to stop saying for sure. I was editing the podcast last week, and I must have said for sure or absolutely 100 times.
Would you rather it be for sure, absolutely, or would you rather say right? Right.
Just as bad as, but All right, moving on to another email here from listener Frankie.
Hey, Matt and Vinny. This is listener Frankie from New York. Big fan of the podcast. Definitely look forward every week to watching along and nerding out with you guys. So keep up the great work. I got to say, you've reignited my love for this show, which is awesome. However, I do have a bone to pick with you regarding the actor who plays the rabbi. I know we don't see him again for quite a while, and so I just had to get this out because it's driving me crazy. And I can't believe no one has pointed this out yet. His name is pronounced Bruce Smaller, not Mailer. It's Smaller, you guys. It's a somewhat common Jewish name, so I can totally understand why you goyish fellows may have missed it. But there we go. So hopefully next time we hear about him, it'll be Mauler. But anyway, thank you so much for putting together an entertaining and awesome podcast. And after Seinfeld is over, I'll look forward to sharing Curbcast with you guys. Bye.
Oh, you're cooking, Frankie. Mahler. Okay.
So I guess
I started to cringe as soon as she said she had a bone to pick with us because I knew we did something wrong, and sure enough, I was right. But thank you, Frankie, for pointing that out.
However, Vinny, if the day comes that you decide that we're not doing Curbcast, you have to call up Frankie personally and explain why.
All right, I'll look Frankie up.
Okay.
I kind of want to pull like a Larry David and just beeline it out of there. let you go on your own, like the show. But we'll see what happens.
All right. Thanks a lot for calling in, Frankie. Appreciate it. Let's move on to another voicemail here from Jordan.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Vinny. This is Jordan. I love the show. When I wait for a new show to come out each week, I go back and I listen to random old episodes. That's how much I love Seinfeld and how much I love the podcast. I'm listening to the wife episode, and I'm hearing you guys talk about Larry from Monks. And my question is, and it has been with all my buddies, we feel the same way. Why is Larry such a dick? I mean, they have to be his best customer. They're in there every single day, it seems like. So why's he got to be such a dick to them? That's one thing that's always bothered me that I haven't heard you guys touch on the show. So keep up the great work.
Thank you very much for that, Jordan. I'm going to have to direct my answer or response there to Jerry Seinfeld. The bad boyfriend, the bad husband, or the bad son, the bad tipper. That's why he hates the gang, because they suck at tipping. No, I have no reason. That's actually a really good point as to why wouldn't he love them? They are his best customers, right? They're in there every day.
He is polite to, we'll see, I think, this season or next, to Kramer. He's like, come on, Larry, you know me.
Exactly.
So there's some, and he's easy on Kramer, but there's something about Jerry and George.
Well, yeah, they had the brush up over the maple syrup when they were arguing over the collected works of Bette Midler. We're going to see Larry today in this episode, actually, briefly. He had a line that was cut from this episode. But he's playing the role of the disgruntled restaurateur, like he's working in food service. He has to, deal with people throwing up on the floor, sending this back. It's too hot. It's too cold. Coming in from too far away. Yeah, but he should like them. Ruthie Cohen's always been nothing but pleasant to them, except for George.
But I think you pretty much summed it up there. I think he's just disgruntled. He doesn't like what he does.
Yeah. I like him that way, though. I wouldn't want him to be nice to the gang.
But he wouldn't be like Mr. Vizecki.
Exactly. Hey!
Yeah, you. We do love Larry, though, even if he is a dick to our Fab Four. All right, last voicemail here comes from listener Adam.
Hey, Matt and Vinny. This is Adam from Illinois. I just was thinking I'm going to see Jerry perform in Chicago later this year and wanted to do something Seinfeldian before the show for dinner. So I was hoping to see what would be your ideal Seinfeld dinner, to either go out or cook at home, but without being able to really visit places that are featured in the show. And I was hoping to kind of forge my own Seinfeld experience. So any ideas would be greatly appreciated. I also wanted to say I'm very thankful for Seincast. You guys are doing a great job, so keep up the good work. All right, thanks. Bye.
Adam, thank you. We're thankful for you. We're thankful for all of our listeners. This is really sweet to hear from all of you.
Very nice of you. With regards to your question, though, I think the go-to, at least what pops into my mind first, would be Little Chinese Takeout. Seinfeld 4.
That is the only answer to Adam's question. When we saw Jerry back at Michigan State, back in like 2005 or so, we went out and we ate a bunch of Chinese food, and I remember feeling so sick.
Oh yeah.
I remember going back to your place and just spreading out on your bed. I'm like, no more nuts.
Loosen the old belt and let those enzymes digest away. What was the name of the restaurant that we went to? Was it called Rice Kitchen?
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was our go-to spot. The some portions they gave you there.
And also, before we saw B-Movie all those years ago, we went and got Chinese food before that, too.
Mm-hmm. Hunan's, right? On 5th?
It wasn't Hunan's on 5th, but it was something on Broadway.
And see, Adam, if you can track down a black and white cookie, I think that would be the ultimate Chinese food in a black and white cookie before the show.
Yeah, I wonder if black and whites are a staple in most major cities like Chicago.
If you can find find a bakery.
Yeah. But Adam, Chinese food, best way to go. And I hope this doesn't happen, but I hope you have to wait just a little bit longer than they say, just to add to the experience.
At least 5 or 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Vinny, if listeners want to get in touch with us, just say hello, have a question, comment, concern about an episode, how can they do that?
If they have a bone to pick with us or want to send us a compliment, they can email us at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and now they can leave us a voicemail at Coco Bosco, 262-622-6726.
And if you're going to write in about a specific episode, just include the episode title in the subject line. It's easier for us to organize and get them ready for the show. Also, if you'd like to support Seincast, we have two options for you. You can head over to iTunes and leave us a rating and review. Thanks very much to everyone who's done that. You can also donate to the show, which is the biggest help of all, just with like monthly hosting costs and getting new shows out each week. We have a link in our show notes if you'd like to donate. And thanks to the following listeners for donating. Do you want to do a little alternate thing here?
Yeah, you go first.
This is going to get ugly. Joseph Fieldgate from British Columbia.
Johannes Bient Boonstra from Drachten, Netherlands.
Damn, nice work. Pardeep Brar from Sherman Oaks, California.
Tiki Kimball from San Francisco, California.
Ronald Izeli from Grinnell, Iowa.
Okay. Douglas Morgan from Kennewick, Washington.
And good old, one of our favorites, Dallas
W.
I'm going to do it. Dallas Wickiskala.
Wishikala? That's a guess.
From St. Louis, Missouri. Vinny, do you remember when we went to a Brooklyn Cyclones game back in 2015?
I do.
And I think we went to go meet Steve Heitner, Kenny Benya, and when we got back to our seat, someone like tapped us on the shoulder, sitting behind us, saying, "Are you Vinnie and Matt?"
I do.
And that was Dallas. Dallas came all the way from St. Louis to watch the Brooklyn Cyclones game, and he was sitting right behind us.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy coincidence.
I think it was the first person we had bumped into in the wild that had heard of the show and actually knew of us, right?
Oh, one of them, yeah. We met Ben at the Hulu apartment.
Oh, that's right. Same weekend.
But I remember I gave Dallas one of our bobbleheads. Just a sign of appreciation. Dallas is a great guy.
And I think I made my Dallas, he's from Phoenix joke.
Yeah, I don't think he laughed. That's when he cursed at us and walked away.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, Vinny, what episode are we discussing this
Actually,
week?
wait. Before we get into the episode proper this week, I wanted to discuss one other thing with you.
Okay.
I happened to be on Netflix perusing for good stand-up to watch, and who do I see as a new release? Colin Quinn's The New York Story.
What
do you remember
is
this?
That? I've seen it on my...
This was in the news, and I remember I had said to you, I said, we should probably go see this because Jerry Seinfeld was somehow attached to it,
Mm-hmm.
and since then I've learned that he was the director of this stand-up special that Colin Quinn did. But aside from that, I watched it solely for that reason, and I do like Colin Quinn from when he was on SNL and things he's been in. But this is an ode to New York. He walks you through like New York from its inception with each generation of immigrant coming over and each ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
And Irish, Italian, Puerto Rican, Jamaican, he goes through
Trinidadian toboggan.
Exactly. He goes through their origin story, and the set has all these props of he does Ellis Island, he does bars, and all these different props are there, and he uses them and he incorporates them throughout the set. And it's really just a one-man show. He's walking around, no microphone. I don't know how he's mic'd, but he's just walking around telling the story, and it feels so conversational the way he's engaging the audience. And I just had a smile on my face how great it was. But then towards the end of his set, he makes fun of the PC culture that we've kind of become. Mm-hmm. But if you're a fan of New York or a fan of Seinfeld, I think you should check out this stand-up special because it was very good. Very well done.
Cool. Yeah, so everyone out there, if you have Netflix, check this out. What's it called again, Vinny?
Colin Quinn, The New York Story.
Colin Quinn, The New York Story. All right, I'm going to add it to my queue right now, actually. Good thing to watch over the weekend if you got some time to kill. Is it family-friendly, Vinny?
There's some swear words. Okay. So do Thanksgiving after dark.
Can't have that. No swearing. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. All right, what episode do we have this week, Vinny?
We are discussing the 6th episode of Season 7, The Soup Nazi, written by Spike Feresten, directed by Andy Ackerman, and it originally aired November 2nd, 1995.
I'm going to put it out there. Controversial statement, maybe. I don't get this episode.
Oh,
I don't.
What's with this guy?
I don't understand the popularity. Its legs.
It's got legs.
I mean, we said this earlier. This is probably the most well-known, most quoted Seinfeld episode.
Director Andy Ackerman even said in an interview he thought they had a real turkey on their hands when they were doing this show. It didn't really have the legs, as you said, but then somehow it came together and it ended up being one of the classic episodes of all time.
One could argue that this episode introduced a lot of people to Seinfeld, despite the series' popularity in the years prior.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. If you knew of Seinfeld, but then there's like this huge episode, this water cooler episode, you might start watching the show because of this one.
Absolutely. And I mean, I have a feeling the character, the Soup Nazi, is what makes this episode great. He's such a unique character, and he's got his own catchphrases that are really easy to impersonate. But it's funny because, we did the hot tub last week, and I'm still riding high off of that episode. And spoiler alert, if I have to pick an episode right now, I'm going hot tub. If we're facing off between Jean-Paul and the Soup Nazi, I'm going Jean-Paul.
I think I am too. Again, we don't want to, crap on this episode by any means, but it is an interesting episode, I think, amongst the diehard fans. Because I think based on its popularity, I don't know, diehard Seinfeld fans might get a little sick of this episode. It's a little played out. Is that fair to say?
Perhaps, yeah.
I don't know.
Having said that, I do have a No Soup for You large mug that I purchased at the NBC store.
Of course. I met Larry Thomas at a Brooklyn Cyclones game 2 years ago. Got you an autograph.
It's on my fridge. It's an autographed box carton of soup. Mm-hmm.
So we love the character. We love everything he represents. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where this episode lines up with the rest of season 7. Having said that, though, let's talk about the real life Soup Nazi, Al Yeganeh. Wait, is that right? Yeganeh.
Sure.
I'm just expecting, and I want Frankie to call us later and let us know.
Hey, Bozo. Yeah.
Al Yeganeh, I think. He runs Al's Soup Kitchen, which is located, for any visitors to New York, 259A West 55th Street between Broadway and 8th Avenue. During his time as a writer at The Late Show with David Letterman, Spike Feresten and his colleagues would, get lunch at the soup stand right around the corner from their office, and they would secretly refer to the owner, Al, as the Soup Nazi. And apparently Al gained this moniker for his short temper and his high-priced soups. There were even like a list of rules posted at the soup stand.
The line must be kept moving. Pick the soup you want. Have your money ready. Move to the extreme left after ordering.
Now, there are a few clips on YouTube of this guy, Al. Is that a Paul Simon song?
You can call me Al.
You can call me Al. Sorry. Okay. This guy,
you can call him Al.
It's like B-roll footage of people buying soup, and he's not interacting with anyone. He's just looking down, pouring soup into the cups, and then with his hand, really subtle, he like motions the person to move.
I don't know if you want to get into this now, but Al, the actual soup man, grew to hate Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, I've got that coming up.
Okay.
Here.
Well, do you want to wait till we talk about it?
Well,
because I'll wait. I'll wait.
Okay, I kind of have this like arranged.
Delete that.
Delete that. I have this sort of arranged in like, chronological order. So I'll move through it real quick because I'm sure most of our listeners know this. The guy was well known among Manhattanites, especially people who lived in the area, because his soup was just so damn good. And he had this really bizarre temper, these really extreme rules. He wasn't very friendly. He would refuse service to people if they didn't follow his rules. Even Wayne Knight, Newman, remembered the guy, the real guy, Al, when he lived in the area. So it's kind of funny, Wayne Knight filming this episode, working with Larry Thomas, thinking, I've actually ordered soup from the real Soup Nazi.
And Wayne Knight said sometimes he would get bread, sometimes he wouldn't. Sometimes he would short you on the strawberries. You never knew with this guy.
Right. It was bread, fruit, and something else. But yeah, you'd get like a full meal with your soup.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's move on to Larry Thomas here, the actor who plays the Soup Nazi, or maybe we should talk about his real name. We find out in the finale.
Yev Kassem.
Could you spell that?
No. Next question.
Do you want to talk about Larry Thomas here, or did you want to save that for later?
We can talk about it now.
Okay. I think he's probably best known for the Soup Nazi, but he's a character actor who's shown up in other TV shows. There's one movie in particular I'll always remember him from. Not because he's so iconic in it. I just know him, from Seinfeld.
Talking about Austin Powers?
I sure am, yeah.
Bam. I think that's probably the biggest film he was in, post Seinfeld.
What does he
was
say?
Also
He's like a 5. I'll stay.
Yeah, he's the blackjack dealer. 20 beats your 5.
I'm sorry, sir.
He was also in Postal. He was in a parody movie called Paranormal Calamity, where he played Osama bin Laden. And I forgot about this. I love him in Arrested Development. He played Saddam Hussein number 3.
Okay, we should set up that whole Arrested Development thing because it's really quite brilliant. Towards the end of the 3rd season, there are all these Saddam Hussein lookalikes, right?
Yep.
Living in Iraq. And so there's this epic joke of like how the Soup Nazi looks like Saddam, and then Larry Thomas winds up playing a lookalike.
Arrested Development's one of our favorite shows, and you could tell the writers on that show are fans of Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. There's even jokes referenced and sprinkled throughout the series that pay homage to Seinfeld.
A lot of dovetailing, a lot of callbacks. I interrupted, sorry.
That's it.
Oh.
And Larry Thomas has 2 appearances in Seinfeld, as we kind of touched on, the Soup Nazi as well as the finale.
Probably the most iconic single shot.
Oh, hands down.
Mm-hmm. Now, a little bit of trivia on Larry Thomas's audition, and all of this comes from Larry Thomas's appearance at the Brooklyn Cyclones game back in 2014. I was actually lucky enough to attend this little VIP, quote unquote, like session where he served us soup and he fielded questions for about 15 minutes from about 20 Seinfeld fans. I actually got a question in there. I don't think the answer was interesting enough to play here, but just about like when he realized the character was getting really popular. Mm-hmm. I'll include a link in our show notes, and you can watch the whole interview. But some tidbits from it: Larry Thomas was imitating Omar Sharif from Lawrence of Arabia. That's where he got the voice for the Soup Nazi. He wore an army uniform and a beret during his audition. He also says during the interview that he got paid. Get ready for this. For this episode, The Soup Nazi, as a guest star, he got paid $2,610.
Does that seem a little bit on the low side?
I don't think guest stars really make all that much until you hit that.
That's number 6.
5 or 6 episodes, yeah.
I hope he gets at least royalty checks for like 15 cents with every episode airing, right?
Well, he said a little bit more. For the finale, he got paid a little bit more, $3,200.
Hey, there you go.
And then they ran the finale again during prime time, so we got that money again, like double.
Okay.
But there was a Super Bowl ad that he did a couple of years ago with Jerry and Jay Leno, and for that, apparently, I think he got paid a lot more. And what's funny, Spike Fierstein wrote that commercial. And
nice.
When he ran into him during like a shoot, he's like, "Am I the reason? Are you the reason I'm here?" And Spike's like, "Yeah, like, because you're my character, I wanted to bring you back." So it's kind of cool.
I like that. Yeah, that's heartwarming.
And we'll include the link in the show notes for that Super Bowl commercial. And then one last thing here, Larry Thomas was nominated for a 1996 Emmy for the role, which is pretty impressive. Now let's talk about the aftermath of the episode. In short, I think Al really hated the Soup Nazi episode. Not only was he getting a lot of unwanted attention, but people are visiting his soup stand, saying no soup for you, giving him all this attention I don't think he ever really wanted.
While getting a lot of extra customers and income, one would think that would be a good thing.
Right, but for Al, not so much. Every
time you say Al, I want to say Al Necci, that pimple.
Well, let's play a clip here of Spike talking about the summer after this episode aired.
We were working on the 8th season in New York with Jerry and the writers, and Jerry said, let's go to the Soup Nazi for lunch. And I said, it's really not a good idea. And he said, why? I made him famous. I go, he doesn't see it that way. He sees you as ruining his life. And he goes, come on. So reluctantly, the group of us trooped down to the Soup Nazi, and Jerry got in line. And when Jerry's turn came up, it was like a triple take the Soup Nazi did. He kept looking and looking, because I guess there'd been a lot of Jerry Seinfeld impersonators coming, but here's the real deal. And he had his money there, and he said, you and he just unloaded on him, and then kept unloading on him, and then kept unloading on him, and kept going. It was a very uncomfortable moment. People were shocked. And he goes, I demand an apology. And Jerry turned around and gave the most sarcastic apology I've ever seen anyone give. I'm sorry, like that.
You can just imagine Jerry standing there. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. That Spike does it so well. He does such a great impersonation of Jerry. But what a great little FU to Al from Jerry to say it in that fashion after insulting him.
Now, do you remember a video of Al at the soup stand? He was saying some really horrible things about Jerry on camera.
I don't remember if we caught it when we were on the Kenny Kramer reality tour, if there was a video shown, or we just stumbled upon it. I was looking on YouTube for this video, but it's like a handheld, video, and somebody's filming this guy, and they're like, what do you think of Jerry Seinfeld? And they actually had to put subtitles in. And all he's saying is, F him, F Jerry Seinfeld. And that's all I remember from this video. And I was so shocked when I had first seen that the inspiration for the Soup Nazi had these feelings for Jerry Seinfeld.
But it's not that surprising, right? At the same time, it's like, oh yeah, he is a Soup Nazi.
Yeah, but I mean, don't you want as many people to have your soup as possible? He could be rich, he could be job for millions if he embraced this. To tell your employees not to reference Seinfeld while on the job, that seems like you're just taking away from, I don't know, just me.
Well, it's his soup. He can do what he wants. Let's fast forward to present day. In the past couple of years, since the episode has aired, Al has opened a Soup Man franchise, which has stores, I think, throughout the U.S. Plus, you can pick up a carton at the grocery store. As we mentioned earlier, we've been to one of his stores in the city. We've had the soup. It's pretty good. I think the best soup, though, is coming from that soup stand on 55th Street.
Yeah.
From the original location. Regarding the Soup Man franchise, I went to their wiki page. Check this out. Al has banned any Soup Nazi references by franchises and their staff while on the job, and has strongly encouraged his franchise owners to avoid references to Seinfeld in their promotions. However, his marketing contains at least 2 Seinfeld references, including the phrase "soup for you" and a mention of the show on the back of the packaged soup offerings. Al accepts media inquiries, but his media rules forbid mention of the N-word, which is Nazi.
Oh.
Personal questions or follow-up questions. Interviews are currently conducted only via email.
What an odd duck he is.
I'm actually looking at a newspaper from last week in Montclair here. Larry Thomas himself was handing out soup on behalf of the Soup Man franchise here.
There he is.
He travels all over the country, dressed up as the Soup Man. He's got the white outfit on.
Mustache,
same hair. He looks great. And this is what a great gig for someone like Larry Thomas, to revisit this character over 20 years later, still making an earning off of it.
Now, there's an actor who embraces the character that we love him for, and he still puts in that effort to make the fans happy. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, he's fantastic. We're not going to have time to play the clip here, unfortunately, since we're going a little long. But there is an interview in our show notes with CNN featuring Al when his soup was turning into this franchise, the Soup Man, and Al is such an to the interviewer. It's insane. He just rips her apart. She tries to say, hey, no soup for you. And he just, Oh, he's so rude. And the guy that's with him is the lawyer or the guy who's trying to get this franchise off the ground. And he's like, we're very happy and excited to be launching this product. But we have just some other little bits of trivia. And Vinny, you have a trivia question that you want to pose.
I do.
You want to do that now?
Yeah. I'd like you to turn your iPad face down so you can't cheat.
Okay.
Let me see it. Show me the hands. As you being the trivia connoisseur that you are now, since you host Trivia AD Seinfeld nights on a regular basis, I wanted to see, and this is you like to insert some tough ones in there for the hardcore fans to see if they really test. But watching this episode twice in preparation of this record, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 soup orders in the episode. I want to see if you can name who orders the soup, what size, if applicable, and what soup. So I got 6.
First up, let's go with Jerry. Medium crab bisque.
Nice, that's 1.
George orders medium turkey chili.
2 for 2.
But he doesn't get that.
Right, it's taken away, but that counts as an order, so you're good so far.
Later, again, my hands are free. I'm not looking at anything.
No, he's good, people. I'm watching.
Later, Kramer has Elaine get him mulligatawny.
Right.
But he doesn't get it. He gets it later, though. We don't see him order. Elaine doesn't... she asks about lima bean, but I don't know if that's really a soup.
Nope, she doesn't... Never. She's not a big fan.
Not a fan of the ingredients. Later, George orders crab bisque, but I want to say he gets a large.
That's right.
Because he's
which
really
I
hungry.
love because he had a taste of Jerry's medium. So he first he ordered the turkey chili, then he goes back and orders the large crab bisque. Awesome.
And
so you got two left. You're almost there.
I got it. When Newman orders jambalaya, I don't know if he orders a size, does he?
Well, what do we know of Newman?
I'll go. He's a portly fellow. Go with a large on that.
Bam.
And
5
then,
for 5.
Gazpacho, por favor.
He did it. He's part Spanish.
Adios, muchacho.
So I wonder how many people playing along at home were able to name all 6 of those.
Oh, shoot. We should have queued it up for them. Been like, all right, pause the podcast.
We gave them time.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, buddy. I'm impressed.
That was fun. We need to do more trivia on the show.
Yeah, we're good.
Some other trivia bits here before we move on. Spike earned both a Writers Guild and Emmy nominations for writing this episode. Very impressive. Spike also has some incredible writing credits on Seinfeld. Do you have the list?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Wigmaster, the Little Kicks, the Andrea Doria, Muffin Tops, Junk Mail, Reverse Peephole, the Bookstore, and the Puerto Rican Day.
Pretty solid.
Heavy hitters.
He also wrote B-Movie with Jerry and Andy Robin, so that's pretty cool. He has a car show himself. You know, Jerry has Comedians in Cars. Spike has Car Matchmaker. Have you ever watched this?
Not familiar with that, no.
Mm-hmm. But he is a lover of cars, so I think he and Jerry really bond over that.
It's no wonder they get along so well. Comedy and cars, 2 loves.
And 2 last bits of trivia, and then we'll move on to our 5-hour-long discussion. Apparently, in Sleepless in Seattle, a character references Al and his soup stand without mentioning him by name, but that is definitely who they're talking about. Maybe I can pull some audio for this.
This man sells the greatest soup you've ever eaten, and he is the meanest man in America. I feel very strongly about this, Becky. It's not just about the soup.
Do it. What else?
That was 93, so about 2 years before this movie. Once again, Al, very infamous among the Manhattanites. One final shout out here to listener Justin Tapp for sending us a scan of the Soup Nazi table draft. This was very exciting to get our hands on this. This is the script that they all, the cast read at the table. Same structure as the final episode, but there are some very interesting alternate bits of dialogue that we'll address when they come up in the episode.
Ooh.
But Vinny, are you ready to get started finally?
Finally, yeah, let's do this.
Yes, I'm a very lazy eater. And that's why I like soup. First of all, it looks half digested when they put it down in front of you, so you feel like half the work is done already. I'm hoping Campbell's comes out with like an IV line of soup that you could just jam right into your arm, Campbell's Tomato Intravenous. Mainline gumbo. Everyone just sitting around at dinner with their soup IV just hanging on the hook there, How's yours, Grandpa? Oh, chunky stuff.
It reminds me of this, I think it's a bit that he had about cereal, where it's like it's a liquid and it's a solid. You don't have to look up.
Yeah, he likes the idea of eating and drinking without looking.
That's
what he says.
I love that bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think you can connect that with soup somehow.
I do like the Campbell's tomato intravenous, mainline gumbo, and then the way he ends it with the chunky style. So yeah, it's a cool stand-up.
Right. Soup, of course, is a pretty big theme on Seinfeld, but with Kenny Bania paving the way.
Of course they would bring him back for this episode because of his love of soup.
All right, first scene of the episode, we are in Jerry's apartment. George is giving Jerry and his girlfriend Sheila different theaters to pick for their double date tonight.
Which one do you want to go to, Schmoopy?
You called me Schmoopy. You're Schmoopy.
You're Schmoopy.
You're Schmoopy. All right. Going to be a lot of that today. Jerry and his girlfriend, very close, arms wrapped around each other. You know, this kind of PDA has been going on for a while, I think, because George looks pretty annoyed.
I got to say, I'm loving seeing Jerry have a lovey-dovey side. It's very refreshing.
Have we seen this before, the side of Jerry?
So the only thing I can think of that kind of resembles it is he had his pretend marriage with Mabel. Or not Mabel.
Mabel?
The only thing I can think of is he had a...
I'm leaving that in.
Okay. I don't have to say it again. Meryl Seinfeld.
Yeah. He was pretty sweet on her.
He wasn't even as affectionate with her as he is with Sheila.
Yeah, this is just out of control. This is, I think, really obnoxious. I'm all about PDA. You know, if I...
you swing with the best of them?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to, like, make someone feel bad because they're in love with someone or affectionate, but this is pretty rough. It's that moment where they're, like, harmonizing. You're Schmoopy! Like, it's
all right. What are you supposed to do? What is George supposed to do?
He just walks away, and as Elaine arrives, Sheila heads out.
Bye, Schmoopy.
Okay.
Alexandra Wentworth plays Sheila, a.k.a. Schmoopy, but I think her most notable roles will be from Office Space, Jerry Maguire, and she was a cast member of In Living Color. She was also on a 2014 episode of Comedians in Cars.
That's right, yeah. I never saw that episode, did you?
Yes.
Oh.
It was very erotic. No, it was good.
She's married to George Stephanopoulos.
Yeah, that's right.
Of, what show is he on?
He does all the, like, Good Morning America.
One of those shows.
He's an ABC guy.
Mm-hmm. And I think I think George and Alexandra are good friends with Jerry and Jessica. So there's a really cool little story here about how Jerry crossed paths with Alexandra initially. Apparently, they met a year before this episode was filmed on the CBS Studios backlot. During pre-production, Jerry and, this is so cool, the other writer's assistants would take advantage of this empty parking lot nearby, and they would practice hitting baseballs.
Awesome.
And apparently one went awry, and the ball accidentally smashed into Alexandra's car. And so Jerry had to meet up with her, pay for the damages. So that's how they met.
Pretty cool. And of course, he gives her a role on his show.
Yeah. Let's move on here. The trio, George, Jerry, and Elaine, are going to grab some lunch. Elaine's preference?
Boy, I'm really in the mood for a cheeseburger.
I love that. I don't know if we can use that line in person all that often, but next time we're together.
When she was going for her fast for her ulcer test, she wanted a cheeseburger with French fried onion rings, remember?
Oh, I don't know. I remember mountains of duck. And also Chinese restaurant. She wants to go to Sky Burger.
She loves the cow. She's all about the beef.
But no, Jerry says they have to go to the soup place that Kramer has been raving about. Jerry finally got a chance to go, and he will tell you this: you will be stunned.
Stunned by soup?
You can't eat this soup standing up, your knees buckle.
I love that line. I love the knees buckling on how good it is.
I should have given you that one.
No, you take it.
Now, there is a caveat, Vinny. The guy who runs this place is a little temperamental about the ordering process. If you order wrong, he yells, and you don't get your soup. He's secretly referred to as the soup Nazi. Now, we got some rules here. They discuss in the apartment and later on the sidewalk. What are they?
As you walk into the place, move immediately to your right. The main thing is to keep the line moving. Hold out your money, speak your soup in a loud, clear voice, Step to the left and receive soup. Do not embellish your order. No extraneous comments. No questions. No compliments.
Ooh, I'm really scared.
Elaine.
I would be really intimidated to order soup from this guy.
What I love about this scene is George is hanging on Jerry's every word, and he's taking it so seriously.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that's really cool.
He's trying to follow the rules. He really wants this soup. So Elaine's, mocking the whole ordering process. And before they make it much farther, Elaine stops to check out an antique armoire with a for sale sign attached on the sidewalk. Anyways, the guy selling it was asking $2.50. Elaine's got a nice face, so 2 even.
She does have a nice face, I must say.
You would give her a nice face discount?
Absolutely. I'd drop it down to $175.
As a pharmacist, are you allowed to give nice face discounts?
Can't do it.
Damn, too bad. Have you ever gotten a nice face discount?
I can't say that I have.
Yeah, me either. You never got free pie?
Yeah. No.
I find that I get upgrades or little perks if I treat people nicely.
Okay, that's something I can gravitate to.
I rented a car the other week, and I just asked, hey, are there any upgrades, for free? Or, I phrased it differently. And she's like, no, it's going to cost you like $20. I'm like, that's all right. And we were just chatting, and I wasn't schmoozing her. I was just being polite. And before we left, she's like, tell you what, I'll give you the upgrade.
Hey, look at that.
So there you go.
I frequent a couple local coffee places and eateries, and they give me free chips sometimes with my order if I forget to order it, or they'll give me like a free coffee when I go in because I go once a week.
Look at you.
Does that count?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
That's not related.
Do you get free bread?
No.
Okay. Anyways, Elaine decides to stay and buy the armoire while Jerry and George make their way to the soup place, which is this small little shop with a line stretching all the way down the block.
This line is huge.
And it's like this all the time.
Isn't that Banya guy?
Oh, no. It is. Just be still.
Too late. I think he picked up the scent.
Hey, Jerry! I didn't know you liked soup.
Hard to believe.
This guy makes the best soup in the city, Jerry. The best. You know what they call him? Soup Nazi.
All right, I'm not letting you cut in line.
Why not?
Because if he catches us, we'll never be able to get soup again.
Okay.
Medium turkey chili.
Medium crab bisque.
I didn't get any bread.
Just forget it. Let it go.
Excuse me, I think you forgot my bread.
Bread, $2 extra.
$2, but everyone in front of me got free bread.
You want bread?
Yes, please.
$3! What? No soup for you.
You can hear it in that clip, man. That woman grabbing the bag and then...
There's such tension there and fear.
It's great.
But there he is. There's a soup Nazi in all his glory.
Yes. I don't think there's anything that really needs to be said about this guy that our listeners don't already know. I noticed some stuff about the set design, if you're interested.
Talk to me.
All right. Well, first of all, let's go back to the sidewalk portion. Did you realize that wasn't the New York street set?
I didn't really take notice. I thought it was kind of just that. Yeah, I guess I did. I thought it was that set.
Right. So we talk about the New York street set a lot. It was this really cool thing they built for season 6. This here, though, is a stage, like where you'd have the apartment and Monk's coffee shop. It's very small. And you can actually tell if you look in the background, the rest of the street is a backdrop.
Right.
And this was to allow people, to move into the soup stand itself and be able to, maneuver the cameras and whatnot. But a couple of signs to note, and thanks to listener Joe Johnston for giving us this idea. Outside, you have one that says, single file only, half cash ready, know your soup. And then in the window, put money in the meter or you will get a ticket. Inside, there's the sign, we reserve the right to refuse service to anyone, which happens a lot.
We already saw that occur already.
Now, probably the most interesting part was the menu.
Yes, we have hot soup. Medium is a 16-ounce, $2.99. A large is 32 ounces, $3.99. So for my money, I'm getting the large, right?
Yeah, and I'm eating there every day. That's so cheap.
Yeah, but the soups available are mulligatawny, crab bisque, turkey chili, jambalaya, black bean, chicken broccoli, clam bisque, split pea, French onion, mushroom barley, tomato rice. All selections made fresh daily, no substitutes or phone orders.
Now, real quick about that phone orders, no phone orders. There is a guy in the background on a payphone definitely taking orders. So I thought that was an interesting little something to bring up to Larry.
And I wonder why they would actually post that, because everybody that's going to be in the shop is getting it in person. They're getting it for pickup or to go.
Maybe it's answering a question that the Soup Nazi gets a lot. Like,
Okay.
can I place a phone order later?
No.
Now, there is the main menu there, the black and white, but behind the door, there's a chalkboard, and I could make out most of them. And I thought these were interesting because it's pretty much just saying what's on the other menu. So why have two menus? You got crab bisque, turkey chili, split pea, chicken broccoli, mulligatawny. Now there's one at the bottom I can't make out. I think it says porcini, which ties in with the porcini mushrooms later.
Right, yeah.
And then at the bottom it says cold cucumber.
See, now that's cool because Elaine, that's one of the recipes she finds and then threatens the Soup Nazi with at the end of the episode. Because that always bugged me that she brought that up, and it's nowhere to be found on the black and white board with the tacky letters.
Right. So technically it's on the chalk one, but there's another one she mentions. I don't think that's on either. Let's move on to the next scene. We're outside Elaine's apartment. Elaine is talking to Tom, her building manager, who tells her that there's no moving big items like an armoire on Sundays, so she's going to have to wait until tomorrow. But when she asks the guy who sold the armoire to hang on to it for her, he scoffs and just, walks off.
I'm a guy on the sidewalk. I don't have layaway.
Oh, please don't go. Please don't walk away.
That's Vince Malaki as the furniture guy. He was also in Austin Powers, so we got some alums there getting together.
Hey, you know what?
And then,
sorry.
What's up?
There's a lot of Seinfeld actors in Austin Powers.
Clint Howard.
Yes. I'm thinking of the guy from...
Michael... I think Michael McDonald, yeah.
Jesse, George Hamilton's personal assistant. He's the guy that's like, no.
Oh, and then Steve that's from Curb, the Wigmaster.
Yes, he's the tour guide. And I got one more for you. Brian George, Babu Bhatt. He's with the UN members. So there's a lot in there.
Any more?
That's all I can think of.
This is fun.
Yeah.
Rudy, isn't it?
Rudy?
Two nuts.
Is that Rudy?
That's Rudy, isn't it?
The guy who's I think I'll file a complaint with the union.
Yeah, that's from Wayne's World, but that counts. Let me see. Let me double check that.
Can't be an earthquake. We're at sea. Can you name that movie? It's a Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. All right, Vinny is Googling.
Oh, and Michael York is in Curb, so it's all coming together.
We've officially bottomed out.
Let's go to Wayne's World so I can find his name. I think I might be wrong now.
Jesus.
You knew that, right? And you wanted to let me...
You insist. You're like,
Mike Haggerty.
I must find it.
Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me. He's in the second one. See? I knew it wasn't crazy, but I was wrong about the movie.
Yeah, there's just one prick.
Man, you.
That was a double reference from Austin Powers and Curb.
Mm-hmm. And then I dropped a Chappelle Show reference.
Oh, okay. All right, let's talk about Tom Barry. Oh, wait, we already talked about him last week. Yeah. So Tom Barry returns as Tom, the building manager.
Yeah. I like that Elaine tried to use her nice face discount once again, and she was brutally rebuffed by Tom. That story of not being able to move your move furniture, move anything into the building on a certain day, also came from Spike Fierstein. He had a real life experience where he bought a large TV and he had to get it into his apartment before 4 p.m. Otherwise, there'd be no moving. So he got it under the wire, but he had the thought, what happens if you miss that cutoff and it went all the way through the weekend? What do you do?
Now, you live in a condo, and you've got some agreements with your, I don't know, what do you call it?
Condo board?
Do you have a landlord?
Board.
Are there any rules with moving for you?
No.
Okay. So glad I asked you that question.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the next scene. We are at Jerry's apartment. George is watching Jerry scarf down his crab bisque.
Oh, this is fantastic. How does he do it?
I don't see how you can sit there reading that and not even offer me any.
I gave you a taste. What do you want?
Why can't we share?
I told you not to say anything. You can't go in there, brazenly flout the rules, and then think I'm going to share with you.
Do you hear yourself?
I'm sorry. This is what comes from living under a Nazi regime.
Fantastic. There is a blooper that comes from this scene where they kind of pause, trying to remember lines, and then Jerry continues to ferociously scarf down his soup, and it makes both of them chuckle, so they have to cut the scene.
Oh, nice.
Did you notice what George was holding in his hand?
Like a box of pretzels or something?
Bam.
Ah.
Making him thirsty.
Very good. Some product placement there. Love that last line. I'm sorry. This is what comes from living under a Nazi regime.
Mm-hmm.
And now in the script, this was an interesting line, I thought. I forgot to mention earlier, there's no mention of schmoopy in the script at all. Instead of schmoopy, it's sweetie.
Okay.
So they must have added that term schmoopy during filming or rehearsals.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
It is a funny word, so I think it plays much better than sweetie would have.
And it's fantastic, too, because if I call you schmoopy, vice versa, we're using that term of affection, but we're also quoting some Seinfeld. So it,
of course,
all works. In this scene, though, the script has this funny little line where George is, complaining about the bread. Why didn't I get bread? And Jerry says, well, if the soup Nazi picks up something he doesn't like, he'll charge you for bread. So there was something about George that the soup Nazi did not like.
That guy is not his kind of guy.
What do you think it was?
I think he was so rigid. I don't know. You know what? I can't think of anything because he was following the rules to a T. Maybe that he was a kiss ass.
Yeah, could be. I think he was just with him since it was his first visit.
Well, then you can't win. Then you follow the rules, and I don't like that.
Well, as George wants to try to get soup again, he's about to head out when Sheila stops by, which leads to a lot more schmoopies. Schmoopies.
I'm going.
And the original plan was to go on a double date tonight. Jerry, Sheila, George, Susan. But George is just so annoyed by the schmoopies. He just says, I don't feel like it anymore.
Just like that?
Just like that. And as George heads out, great bit of editing here as Sheila's like, boy, he's a weird guy. And Kramer just slides in right on cue.
Kramer is on a mission, and he comes in, he kind of gives Sheila like a once-over, scopes her out up and down, and he gives her like a how do you do expression, but doesn't say a word, goes right to the couch, picks up a cushion, yeah, and then he walks out.
Kramer, or Jerry pulls him back in, and Kramer explains, yeah, I'm going to go guard Elaine's armoire since she has to leave it on the street tonight. You need something to sleep on.
Sit on one of your cushions.
But this is so nice and thick.
That's a good line.
Yeah. Now, these were the Kramer moments that I really gravitated to the most. Walking in, yeah. And just walking out. It's just so good. Anywho, we're outside of Elaine's apartment, and Kramer arrives with the cushion. He's got some magazines, an overnight bag, and Elaine is so appreciative. She asks, hey, do you need anything? So Kramer orders, what is this, a hot bowl of mulligatawny?
Yeah, it's an Indian soup. Simmered to perfection by one of the great soup artisans of the modern era.
The soup Nazi?
He's not a Nazi. Just happens to be a little eccentric, most geniuses are.
Oh, of course. And even though Kramer tries to help her with the ordering process, Elaine just, waves him off, claiming, I got it, don't worry.
Elaine. I really like how Elaine's kind of giving an empty gesture of, can I get you anything? Doesn't it seem like she's just like, do you want a bottled water or something? But he's like, a bowl of mulligatawny would really hit the spot, Oh,
man.
I feel like only Kramer would, take somebody up on that empty gesture.
Yeah. When I was younger and I saw this episode, I thought it was so cool, the idea of like camping out on a stoop, guarding an armoire. But my God, could you imagine doing this?
Not in today's society.
Yeah. We're back at the soup place. Does the soup place have a name?
I don't know.
All right. Back in line, George is he's at the end of it and he's like practicing like how to pay.
Yeah, he keeps extending his arm forward, retracting, and then doing it again.
And Elaine gets in line with him. She is delighted to find out that he made a mistake during the ordering process. And this scene kind of turns into this, I don't know, it felt familiar where Elaine and George are complaining about Jerry. And it reminded me of that scene in The Dog when they go to Monk's. We rarely see George and Elaine together. Specifically here, they're talking about how unbearable it is to be around Jerry and Sheila.
What is that with the schmoopy? The schmoopy. Yeah, it's one of the few Jason Julia scenes we get, but like they say, it's the when they're getting along best is when they're making fun of Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
So here they have a grievance with him. This is also a tiny little observation, and I'm sure it's stupid to even mention, but I think it's Julia's nature to be kind of touchy-feely with her co-stars, but it seems so, it's like affectionate, but just like one of the guys, the way she grabs George's like shoulder or arm and says, I know, you know what I mean? I've always seen her in outtakes and interviews. She's very handsy in a like a friendly way.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Not like in a creepy way. Like I like when she touches George. But no, yeah, she is. It's I don't know.
It's very endearing, I think, to her as a person. So I like to see her when she, like, even when she has a blooper and she laughs, she'll kind of like rest her head in Jerry's chest and grab his shoulder, like there's real admiration there. I like that.
And it's the same with the guys. There's a blooper when I think it's the he's a bubble boy.
Exact same thing.
That blooper where Jerry like collapses into George's arms.
Yeah.
I love that.
Good stuff.
I had to listen to a 5-minute discussion on which one is actually called Schmoopy. I canceled plans to go to the movies with him tonight.
We should say something.
We absolutely should.
I mean, why does he do that? Doesn't he know what a huge turnoff that is?
He can be so weird sometimes.
Yes.
I still haven't figured him out.
No, me neither.
All right, shh, I gotta focus. I'm shifting the soup mode.
Oh, God.
Good afternoon. One large crab bisque to go. Red. Beautiful.
You're pushing your luck, little man.
Sorry. Thank you.
Hey there. Oh. One mulligatawny and, what is that right there? Is that lima bean?
Yes.
Never been a big fan. You know what? Has anyone ever told you look exactly like Al Pacino? Scent of a woman? Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah!
Very good. Very good. You know something? No soup for you! Come back 1 year. Next!
Should we start from the top? Our favorite lines, Vinny?
Start it off.
One of my favorites, I'm shifting into soup mode. It's an excellent one.
I like, you're pushing your luck, little man.
Of course. And it's not a quote, but just how Elaine walks up. Hi there. Just starts tapping.
Ding, ding, ding. And then is that lima bean? Never been a fan.
And you know what's funny? She bangs on the top, She does the coughing with Lima Bean. It doesn't seem like the Soup Nazi has kicked her out yet.
I don't think he's even like agitated with her behavior yet. It's almost as if he's taken off guard by the nice face, maybe, or at least he has like a longer tolerance with her.
Well, he hasn't seen someone like Elaine at his store. You know what I mean? Someone that is just this unaware of how she should be acting.
But when she asks him, "Is that Lima Bean?" He's like, "Yes."
Mm-hmm.
And he's proceeding to work, but he's not saying, get out, come back 1 year. It's not until I feel like the Al Pacino line is what sets him over the edge.
Yes.
You must hear that a lot.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, apparently that whole Al Pacino thing came from Spike's experience at the real soup stand. He's waiting in line, and this woman tells Al, "Hey, another Al. You look like Al Pacino, the actor." And he didn't appreciate that.
He witnessed that happen verbatim and just put it into the show, which is really cool. Furthermore, Julia had never seen, even to this day, she claims she has not seen the movie Scent of Woman. And it was Jerry's idea to have Elaine go, "Hoo-ah! Hoo-ah!" So it was, teammates kind of setting each other up to get the bigger laugh.
It's funny too. I never saw Scent of a Woman, yet I know Hoo-ah so well.
You haven't seen it?
No, but
it's such a great movie. It's a great 90s flick. I highly recommend it.
Right on. Yeah, I should check it out. Chris O'Donnell, right?
Chris O'Donnell, Al Pacino. Philip Seymour Hoffman's in it? Okay.
You were saying Philip Seymour Hoffman?
He's in it as well.
Wow, that's early.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, but thanks to Seinfeld and one of my favorites, Ralph Garman, I know Hoo-ah. Anyways.
Oh. Got a great ass. Sorry.
We're outside Elaine's apartment. Oh, God, I did not know we were getting to the scene so early. Two street toughs approach the armoire. Can you describe these guys for me, Vinny?
One gentleman appears to be of Puerto Rican descent. He has slick back hair, leather coat, earrings, bit of a lisp. The other gentleman is more conservatively dressed, white guy, dress shirt, cardigan, nice coat, tortoiseshell glasses.
So a little behind the scenes here, Larry was wondering what kind of people would steal an armoire? And I don't know who came up with these guys, but this was the answer to that question.
They had a problem figuring out, so they said, let's make them gay.
Look at this. It's an antique. It's all handmade, and I love the inlay.
Yes, me too. It's gorgeous, completely. Pick it up. No, pick it up from the bottom over there.
Wait, what are you doing here, huh?
What does it look like we're doing? We're taking this.
Can't take this. This belongs to a friend of mine.
Look, you want to get hurt?
Huh?
I don't think you want to get hurt, because if you want to get hurt, I can hurt you. Now just back off. Just pick it up.
What is this, huh?
You have some kind of product here? What is it you're not understanding? We're taking the armor, and that's all there is to it, okay?
So here we go, the gay street toughs.
These are some guys that, despite being in only 3 episodes, kind of left their mark
Absolutely.
in the Seinfeld world.
Mm-hmm.
We have Bob is played by Yul Vasquez. They're in this couple here is in the Soup Nazi, the Sponge, and the Puerto Rican Day. And I think the movie that Yul Vasquez is probably known for, he was in Captain Phillips as well as the A-Team. Oh. And then the other gentleman, he's credited as Ray in this episode, but he'll come back to be known as Cedric, as John Paragon. And I had no idea. He played Jambi, the genie from the Pee Wee Herman show.
Yeah, Pee Wee's Playhouse.
That floating blue face.
The actor playing Bob, Yul Vasquez. Do you remember him in Louie?
I saw he had a credit in Louie, but I'm foggy with my Louie watching. I've seen him, but I don't remember.
He's fantastic. I don't know. It's just really cool seeing an actor like him, 15, 20 years later.
Of course.
As memorable as Cedric and Bob are in this episode, I feel like the AIDS walk is there.
Yeah, but it's the same kind of tension and the same kind of irritability they seem to bring to each episode they appear in.
Right. The The Puerto Rican Day and the AIDS Walk are almost identical scenes, right? It's like, who will not blank?
I also find it really funny that they pick up this heavy armoire and they're just tiptoeing down the street. So Kramer could potentially follow them and track down a cop. Mm-hmm. But, these street toughs are just walking down the street, stealing an armoire.
They were a little scarier in the table draft. He threatened him with a gun, not in person. But
a knife.
I've got a gun. I've got a knife. I'll hurt you. So a little bit scarier. Elsewhere in the city, George is walking down the sidewalk eating his soup while Elaine is furious, threatens to call the state's attorney's office because of the soup Nazis' discrimination. Not like Nazis to discriminate. And George just can't believe how good the soup is, and he gives her a taste.
Oh my God. Gotta sit down.
And later, Elaine eventually makes her way back to the apartment. No armoire, just Kramer sitting on her stoop. It was stolen by a couple of street toughs.
It was very frightening. My life was in danger. You should have seen the way they talked to me.
And on top of that, Kramer didn't get any soup either.
Oh, yeah. I like that despite, feeling awful that he let Elaine's armoire get taken, he's still inquiring about, hey, where's the soup? Where's his head? But that's Kramer.
Oh, poor Kramer. All right, let's cut over to the soup place. Jerry and Sheila are in line. A lot of PDA here. It's not looking good since they're up next.
What are you going to get?
I'll decide at the last minute.
Well, you better decide, sister. You're on deck. Sheila! Hey! Uh-oh. What is this? You're kissing in my line? Nobody kisses in my line.
I can kiss anywhere I want to.
You just cost yourself a soup.
How dare you? Come on, Jerry, we're leaving. Jerry?
Do I know you?
Now this is fantastic. Jerry should have known better. He should not have played with fire in line, and he could have avoided this catastrophe here.
Yes. Do you blame him?
No.
Did he make the right decision, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Oh, God, and that Alexandra Wentworth expression is just incredible. It goes back to her In Living Color days. I have that memory burn of that face. Now, in the script, the table draft, the soup Nazi has that line, you just cost yourself a soup. But in the script, he says, you just cost yourself a soup, Fräulein. So
that would have garnered more of that Nazi comparison had they kept that in.
Which makes me wonder, was the soup Nazi in the script maybe like German?
Yeah. Maybe they tried to make him more Nazi-esque, but maybe they twist it by making him of Argentinian descent. Maybe not. Maybe he's just fleeing to Argentina at the end of the episode. So I don't know what his back.
Well, the real life, the Al, he's from Iran. So
okay.
He's definitely Middle Eastern. Okay. The soup Nazi. But yeah, that Fräulein comment just doesn't seem to work with Larry Thomas's soup Nazi.
Yeah.
All right, we get an act break, and when we're back, we're at Jerry's apartment. Elaine is hearing all about Jerry choosing soup over a woman.
It was a bisque.
Can you think of another bisque?
Yes, I can. There's a lobster bisque that Elaine has when she goes on her lawyer date.
Be yada yada over the best part.
I mentioned the bisque.
Oh, boy. So Jerry figured out, it's much easier to patch things up with Sheila than with a soup Nazi. And just to reiterate, based on how incredible the soup is, I think Jerry definitely made the right decision.
His logic in his actions is superb because he says it's much easier to patch things up with Sheila than it is with the soup Nazi. So he absolutely made the right call. It's despicable, but he gets the best of both worlds.
Kind of reminds me of that time Danny Zuko had to pretend he wasn't that into Sandy in front of the T-Birds during the pep rally.
Look at you dropping references from the 70s.
Yeah, a little obscure movie called Grease. You might have heard of it. All right, anyways, Kramer drops off the couch cushion and he apologizes to Elaine once again for the stolen armoire. And listener Joe Johnson wrote in with a good point here. He asks, why does Kramer chicken out against the two street toughs twice in this episode? But in season 9, The Blood, he explains that he stores his own blood because if I'm on the street and it starts to go down, I don't back off until it's finished. Which I thought was kind of a good point. He kind of gained some confidence. Maybe he gets this from the karate lessons.
Ah, the karate.
Yes.
That's a thing, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm also thinking of the parking garage where he said that the key to like a full life was to live every day to the fullest, right? Mm-hmm. He didn't fear death.
Right.
But yet we're going to see him run away like a mouse.
Of course. He does get beat up by children in his karate class.
It's short-lived. Good Lord.
Yeah, we're approaching midnight here, everyone, so hang in there.
Slurs are a-coming.
In the script, Kramer has the line, "The soup Nazi is an artist who happens to work in soup. With each spoonful, you're eating part of his soul." Does that remind you of anything?
He's trying to buy back his soul. The loaf is his soul.
We are muy simpatico. I like this.
There was some deleted dialogue that I want to talk about solely because it pertains to my people.
Oh, giddy up.
The Baldies. When Elaine says, yeah, all right, you made the right decision. After that, they were going to have this exchange about, remember that pretzel box that George was holding originally?
Sure.
Elaine was holding the pretzel box in this scene. And Elaine was going to begin complaining that Jerry's unsalted pretzels were inedible. And Jerry admits that he bought the Baldies by mistake.
Oh.
So the desalted or saltless pretzels are Baldies, which I find kind of funny. I like that.
Good catch. I didn't even see that in the script. Nice work.
Thank you.
Here we got a clip for you.
Yeah? Hey, have you noticed George is acting a little strange lately?
No? In what way?
I don't know. A lot of attitude, like he's better than me or something.
I don't think George has ever thought he's better than anybody.
Hello.
Hey. Hello.
Well.
Hello.
Were you just talking about me? What's going on?
Absolutely not.
Something's going on here.
All right. I'm gonna go get some soup.
One of these days, that guy is gonna get his.
So, how was the movie?
We didn't go. Sheila and I kind of on the outs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. What are you, happy?
Happy? Why should I be happy?
I don't know. But you look like you're happy.
Why should I care?
You can't fool me. Don't insult me, George, because I know when you're happy.
All right, I am happy. And I'll tell you why. Because the two of you are making me and every one of your friends sick. Right, Elaine?
Is that so?
Yeah, with all that kissing and schmoopy out in public like that. It's disgusting.
Disgusting?
People who do that should be arrested.
Well, I guess I have all the more reason to get back with her.
Yeah, and we had a pact, you know.
What?
You shook my hand in that coffee shop.
You still with the pact?
Mm-hmm. You reneged.
All I did was shake your hand.
God, this scene, it's like broken down into like three amazing parts. That beginning where George is like, "Were you just talking about me? What's going on?"
Yeah, he's so in tune, and he's so perceptive, and you could also argue he has the superb hearing.
Yeah.
Thank you. But that's number one. What else you got?
Well, I love Jerry's reaction. You know, what's going on? Were you just talking about me? What's going on? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
There's, and then Kramer's like, all right, I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah. They kind of like play it off, even though they were talking about him. The three of them collude and say, no, we don't have to mention it.
Now, the second part to me is when, George starts laying into Jerry again, and you see Elaine's the little maneuver.
She knows what's about to happen. They're about to have some words, possibly come to blows. She wipes her mouth. She doesn't say a word. No, she gets up and she casually strolls to the exit. And when George reaches for her to help confront Jerry,
right, Elaine?
Door slams. She's gone.
Now, I thought that was just, in the script from day one.
As did I.
But they kind of came up with that on the spot, right?
During rehearsals, Julia says to Andy Ackerman, hey, wouldn't it be funny if Elaine got up and walked out and left George hanging? while he was going after Jerry. And Andy says, go ahead and try that. And sure enough, it got a laugh, so they kept it.
Go ahead. Sneak out. Yeah, sure enough. In the script, I don't see any mention of Elaine leaving or going to the bathroom. She's just there on the couch during this entire, argument.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Julia had just a brilliant idea there.
Hey, it's a team game right here.
Now, the third part, for me at least, is how George brings up the pact again, which I just love. What a great callback.
Yep.
We had a pact,
He talks about reneging. All I did was shake your hand.
Aha! Just in the two fingers. I love that. God almighty. And I love that that term, you reneged.
That's a renege.
That goes back to the, what is that? Like the
Newman,
ticket,
banker,
pitch,
helmet,
wallet, watch, ticket, pitch era.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Carol. Yeah.
Stop saying renege. Anywho, let's cut over to the soup place. It's business as usual, but this time Kramer is standing by the register sipping his soup, and he's making chit-chat with the soup Nazi. How does he get away with this?
Is that what he's eating, is soup out of a cup?
Does he have a spoon? I thought he was just like sipping it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. At first I thought it was a cafe latte.
Oh, wait, what? What drink?
At first I thought it was a cafe latte.
Cafe latte. All right, now I know what you're talking about.
Thank you. But I guess maybe it is soup.
Yeah. But this is just so perfect. Kramer, of course, is the one that's, good terms with the Nazi in their room.
Well, these eccentrics understand each other.
Yes. And Newman steps up to order his soup. He's got it down perfect. Wayne Knight, experience with Al. He steps up. He steps to the left, and he's very robotic. Handing his money to the cashier.
Slide to the left.
Oh God! Even Kramer gives him that approving nod.
Yeah.
And when he gets his soup, he spins, marches out, and gives the contents of the bag a big whiff.
Jambalaya. Scamper away.
And then back inside, the soup Nazi is hearing about Kramer's friend getting her armoire stolen and is just really disgusted by the crime in this city.
You have been a good friend. I have an armoire in my basement. If you want to pick it up, you're welcome to it. So, take it. It's yours.
How can I possibly thank you?
You are the only one who understands me.
You suffer for your soup.
Yes, that is right.
You demand perfection from yourself, from your soup.
How can I tolerate any less from my customer?
Gazpacho, por favor.
Por favor?
Oh, I'm part Spanish.
Adios, muchacho.
Such a good one.
That works. Yeah, that's a good one to keep in there.
So in the script, there's some interesting interactions in this scene. Instead of just that one guy at the end, I'm part Spanish, you get several customers in this scene. In fact, there's multiple customers throughout all of the soup Nazi scenes that just didn't make the final episode. Mm-hmm. Now in the script, the customer who says, I'm part Spanish, and instead of adios muchacho, the soup Nazi says unacceptable. So I think they made a big improvement with adios.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Now some different customers showed up in the scene, and one would ask, "How was the turkey chili today?"
Exceptional. Unfortunately, you will not have the chance to find out.
All right, so they get kicked out, and then another customer would say, "1 Cuban black bean, if you please."
If you please. If you please. All right, but watch it next time.
So I guess that phrase, if you please, got under his skin a little bit.
So you really don't know what will set him off. And it looks like the if you please line, it tested.
Yes. He almost pushed him over the edge. Next scene, we're at Monk's. Jerry and Sheila are having lunch as he apologizes for what happened at the soup place, claims he was just joking around. But she makes the point that behind every joke, there's some truth.
What about that Bavarian cream pie joke? There's no truth to that. Nobody with a terminal illness goes from the United States to Europe for a piece of Bavarian cream pie. Then when they get there, they don't have it. He says, I'll just have some coffee. There's no truth to that.
I guess you're right.
So am I forgiven, Schmoopy?
Yes, Schmoopy.
Now, Matt moment, maybe, or Vinny moment. I love this guy. I don't get that joke.
I have no idea, actually. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I get the whole like Bavaria and whatnot, but
Bavaria.
I don't know.
Will somebody tell me, please? Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's use the escape hatch. We've got a clip here.
So am I forgiven, Schmoopy?
Yes, Schmoopy.
Yes, Oh, hi, Susan. George. You remember Sheila?
Oh, yes, hello.
Hello. Won't you join us? Of
No,
course.
thanks. Yes, well... So, sit on the same side in a booth, huh?
Yeah, that's right. You got a problem?
I just think it's a little unusual for two people to sit on one side, leave the other side empty.
Well, we're changing the rules.
What are you getting, George?
I don't know, honey. What do you want to get? I want you to get anything you want. Because I love you so much, I want you to be happy. Okay, sweetie?
Oh, George, you're so sweet.
Well, I could be a little sweetie, tweety, weety, weety.
What about you, Schmoopy? How about a little tuna? You want a little tuna fishy? A little tuna fishy?
Come here.
This is one of our favorite moments, right?
Oh yeah.
Come here.
One of my that's a great one. I love that George. You can see him kind of say, "All right, I'm gonna come at you with I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine," and he starts upping the affection level with his sweetie, tweety, weety, beady, beady.
So going back to the start of the scene, I love how George, you can't really see it, but he turns around when he realizes Jerry is in the booth.
Yeah, he's trying to avoid being seen, and Susan does the opposite.
Oh, hey, Jerry. Oh, yeah, it's good to see Susan again. We haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, she looks good. George is quite irritated with Jerry this episode. The whole episode, there's tension.
He can't stand it.
He can't stand him.
And when they start upping the ante, this is something I've done with my wife, Liz, and she does not respond to it at all. She thinks it's just creepy. Mm-hmm. She enjoys like a tuna melt, or any kind of tuna fish. And I'll say, "Oh, how about a little tuna? You want a little tuna fishy?"
She didn't like that?
Well, she's like, "What are you doing?"
I thought you were going to say you try to make out with her vigorously in public, and she doesn't like that.
No, just that tuna fishy line I like, and I don't know. Maybe we can try it out next time we're together.
Excuse me.
Now let's get back to a little gripe that one of our listeners had. I believe this was Jordan. Not a fan of Larry. If you look in the background of this scene, you see George and Susan, Sheila and Jerry making out. Larry's in the background and he's approaching the booth.
He seems to be the only one who is aware of the situation at hand. Everybody's kind of enjoying their coffee. And in the same manner that Larry says, "Hey," in a previous episode, he's like, "What are you guys doing this time?" Mm-hmm. As Larry approaches the table, he says, "If you boys can't control your testosterone levels, I will personally supervise the dismantling of your amorous paraphernalia." Which is similar in terms to, if you boys can't control yourselves, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
So I will personally supervise the dismantling of your amorous paraphernalia. Is he going to rip their off?
I don't think it was that.
Sorry.
That particular? I thought he would just separate them and ask them to leave, but whatever.
Oh, okay. Dismantling. All right. My bad.
What's with you tonight?
Yeah, it's getting late.
No wine this time.
We're at Elaine's apartment, and Kramer has Elaine's eyes covered and surprises her, surprise, with the new armoire in her living room.
Did the K-Man do it? Did the K-Man do it?
K-Man did it. Ah!
Yeah.
How the hell did Kramer get this into her apartment?
I was going to ask you the same damn question.
Sorry.
He doesn't have a key. Oh, wait. Does he have her spare key? I'm too tired to look it up. Yeah.
But he must have like said, it's either A, he's like, Elaine, don't go into your apartment. I have a surprise, which should send off a lot of red flags for Elaine.
Right.
Or he did it without her knowing, which is...
Or he knows Tom, the building manager, who had a key to Elaine's apartment. But he had to cart that thing up. He needed somebody to probably help him up there.
Yeah. Maybe Tom was like, hey, I'll give you a hand.
Yeah. It's Monday. There's moving on Monday.
So Elaine finds out that the armoire came from the Soup Nazi, and she gives the biggest get out we'll ever see in the series, right?
Oh, yeah.
It sends Kramer flying through the swinging doors into the kitchen.
Now, take notice here when Julia winds up to push Michael. Recall back to the last time she pushed Jerry. Jerry's arms came up to brace himself. Michael's arms go down. He embraces it with full force. He doesn't anticipate her pushing him. You know, he plays it as real as he possibly can, which I love. So it's Michael really. Who knows if this is what he's really doing, but this is what I'm seeing is that he's really owning it and going to take the full force of her get out.
It's just insane what he sacrifices for this character. Just incredible. And it's even better how the character Kramer just kind of casually joins the scene after a few seconds, and he's like talking normally.
And he's fixing his clothes, like the shoulder. He's readjusting.
Did not point out that Elaine just sent him through the kitchen. Elaine is so elated. She can't believe she had the Soup Nazi all wrong, so she's going to swing by his place again and thank him personally.
Well, he's a dear.
Little side note we could have mentioned earlier. We did that whole, did the K-Man do it or did the K-Man do it? In the script, instead of K-Man, they refer to him as Crame.
Ugh.
Did the Crame do it or did the Crame do it?
Crame, sign.
Thank you.
I'm on Long Island. I don't like that at all.
Not a fan.
K-Man is so much better than Crame.
Mm-hmm. I do like the Crame sign, though.
Yeah, but let's leave that at the party on Long Island.
All right, next scene, we're at Monk's. Jerry and Sheila have already left, and George... This line, it's not funny, but I love it. It's like this slow sort of zoom into the scene, and George is just staring at her receipt. How much is a tip on 815?
See, now this I don't care for, because cheapness is his sixth sense, and he should know... Did I screw that up?
I
couldn't get it out.
Make fun of you a little bit.
Sense... he should know what a tip is on 815. Right?
I would just round up to like 10.
Make it $10.
Yeah.
But George should know that. So, but I feel like, we need a line for George to start off before Susan launches into her thing. Anywho, I digress.
Okay. Well, Susan doesn't care about the tip. She's just looking at George, completely different now.
I just want you to know that I am so proud of you today for expressing your feelings so freely in front of Jerry and all. Just knowing that you're not afraid of those things is such a great step forward in our relationship.
Huh?
Because you love your little Kiki, don't you? Kiki?
Yeah, where the hell did that come from? Kiki. Any theories on that?
What did you say about me, Kiki? No, I got no theories.
Well, in the script... The original line was, "You love your little Susie, don't you?"
Susie.
Right. Susie. I am Susie. Which makes sense, right? I think one of the most common names in Seinfeld, by the way.
Suze?
Like the imaginary Susie. You've got the farmer's daughter. Her name is Susie. You're just pulling the teat a little.
Forgot about that line. Ooh-wee.
And then you've got Jackie's, secretary, Susie.
Yeah.
Called Dr. Bison. And then Susan, of course. A very common name.
Wow, yeah.
So why not just... Oh, man.
Oh, man, that was good.
All right. Next scene, we're back at the soup place. Kenny is paying for, another round of soup. As Elaine steps up to the counter.
How is he today?
I think he's in a good mood.
Kramer gave me the armoire, and it is so beautiful. I mean, I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
You? If I knew it was for you, I never would have given it to him in the first place. I would have taken a hatchet and smashed it to pieces. Now, who wants soup? Next, speak up!
I love how quickly this escalates.
Yeah.
I would have taken a hatchet and smashed it to pieces.
And that poor guy, the customer behind Banya, is just... Yeah. So Banya was the last guy to get soup from him legitimately.
Yeah. That line, smashed it to pieces. That kind of reminds me of the, say Ukraine weak.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Take your board and smash it.
Smash to pieces.
Oh, boy. I don't really have anything to say about this scene.
Neither do I.
All right, cool. Next scene, we're on the sidewalk. Oh, I'm very excited about this one. Kramer and Jerry are walking along, singing a song.
Side by side.
You are hot tonight. Man, you're on fire. When Kramer spots Cedric and Bob looking at a store window. And Kramer kind of panics at first, starts looking, for a cop, but Jerry's like, no, let's confront them. They might leave. And here we go.
Oh, wow, look, that one is gorgeous. I would just kill for that one.
Not in blue. Blue does not go at all.
Oh, please. Do you know what you're talking about? Because I don't think you know what you're talking about. Take a look at that.
Excuse me. Are you talking to me? I said, are you talking to me?
Well, maybe he was talking to me. Was you talking to him? Because you was obviously talking to one of us. So what is it? Who? Who was you talking to?
We were kind of talking to each other, weren't we?
So now it's Cedric who is wanting to start the confrontation. What's with these guys? They're so hostile.
Are you talking to me? He's scary, man. I'm more scared of Cedric than Bob.
Yeah.
What a great way to end a scene. Just have the characters run away.
I saw this and I thought, these are our heroes. These are the stars of this sitcom we watch. And they're not, heading toward danger with bravery and dignity. They look at each other and run away in unison, and yet we love them more. Like that's so cool. It's so unique for these characters. Like Jerry's, the things he does in this episode in particular, despicable, but love him to death.
Oh yeah, they're all cowards. Elaine's actually probably the bravest out of the bunch.
Queen of confrontation.
Yeah. And I just love how they run away too, because there's not a lot of room on the sidewalk, so it's sort of slow, but
they're going half speed.
Mm-hmm. Notice Jerry is in the front.
Accurate.
Yes.
Well done.
Next scene, we're back at Elaine's apartment, and she's back to hating the soup Nazi. And Jerry, is visiting, and he opens up the armoire, the drawer there, and he finds this stack of yellowed, crinkled papers. And he can make out the writing.
5 cups chopped porcini mushrooms, half a cup of olive oil, 3 pounds celery, chopped parsley.
And this is when Elaine realizes, oh my God, these are all the soup Nazi's recipes. And she starts going mad with power. She could give them to every restaurant in town. Have them published. Drop flyers from a plane all above the city. And as she tries to leave, Jerry blocks the way and says, hey, I don't want you to cause trouble. He happens to love that soup.
Get out of my way, Jerry.
Elaine, let the man make his soup.
Don't make me hurt you, Jerry.
How does it go? James. I can't get that
low.
That?
James.
There it is.
Pour the lotion on the bastard.
Don't hurt my dog. Some notes in the script, if this interests anyone. Instead of 5 cups chopped porcini mushrooms, the olive oil, celery, Jerry reads 3 egg yolks, 1/4 clove garlic, half cup tomato puree.
Oh, so that's how you make wild mushroom.
Okay. Now, there was a more interesting bit of dialogue at the end of this scene in the script. Do you wanna run through this one?
When Elaine somehow gets by Jerry and leaves, Jerry yells back at her, "All right, but when you're eating some watery crap from a can, don't come crying at me." And he slams the door and then looks around and says, "I don't live here."
I love that.
That would have worked. They could have kept that in.
Yeah, I wish they could have left that. All right, let's move on to the sidewalk here. This is a Matt moment, for sure.
I think it's going to be a Vinnie moment, too.
Oh, really? Do you want to take it, and I'll give you the title this week?
I'm reading your notes, and I'm without speech.
So
Susan and George are looking at the same window storefront that Cedric and Bob were just looking at, but this time, Susan likes the blue, whatever it is they have in blue. I did not, because if you recall, what Cedric and Bob were talking about were the blue does not go with it at all.
Oh, please. Do you know what you're talking about?
So yeah, I totally missed out on that one.
Yeah, so
matzo ball right here.
Love that. It's fantastic. It's some like flower shop. I'm not sure what it is exactly.
But look, they have them in blue for my baby Bluey. Are you my baby Bluey?
Oh yes, I'm your baby Bluey. Hey, baby Blue, right? Golden Boy's kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Jerry walks up to them, and he seems very pleased to see George so miserable with Susan's arms wrapped around him. And this is a great bit of acting, I think, on Jerry's part. He's just really soaking this up.
He walks up and he stiffens up like a board.
With
glee.
Well, yes. Not only did Jerry break up with Sheila, but he explains that mentally they just couldn't quite make a connection. Of course, they had the affection for each other, like George and Susan, but the mental thing. Anyway, I'll see ya.
Yeah. See ya!
All right, we have reached it at last. The climax, the finale here for the Soup Nazi. We're at the soup place, and the Soup Nazi is kicking out a customer. And a great reveal as that customer leaves. Elaine is hiding right behind her, just casually leaning against the wall.
Go on! Leave! Get out!
But I didn't do anything!
Next!
Hello.
You think you can get soup? Please, you're wasting everyone's time.
I don't want soup. I can make my own soup. 5 cups chopped porcini mushrooms, half a cup of olive oil, 3 pounds celery.
That is my recipe for wild mushroom.
Yeah, that's right. I got 'em all. Cold cucumber, corn and crab chowder, mulligatawny.
Mulligatawny?
You're through, Soup Nazi. Back it up. No more soup for you.
I was going to save this for ratings and reviews. I think this is one of the best Seinfeld endings of all time.
I'd agree with that.
I love this so much. It's Elaine getting the spotlight, which I love. We love.
It's reminiscent of the you mean the panties your mother laid out for you, because she gets the final blow in terms of that final joke.
Yeah.
To end the show.
It doesn't have the twist, of that, but it's
no twist.
It still packs a punch. It's
And
fantastic.
she plays it so well because she loathes the Soup Nazi now, I think, for the way he treats her, and she gets to have the final say.
Oh, absolutely. She's the one that takes him down. It's just so perfect. Very satisfying. And it's funny, she doesn't really have a monologue here. It's only, 4 or 5 lines. But the way Julia moves through this scene, it's almost like she's, like in a courtroom drama or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like she's delivering that final piece of evidence.
And that capper next is so emphatic that it shuts him down.
Absolutely. Which is crazy to think. In the script, she never says no soup for you. In the script, she says, "You're through, Soup Nazi. Pack it up. Next." I still think you need that no soup for you in there. I think that's key.
Oh yeah, no more soup for you. I think she gives him a taste of his own soupy medicine.
Yeah, as the saying goes.
We should note that the last customer prior to Elaine that the Soup Nazi threw out was Anna Gasteyer.
Yes.
But she didn't do anything.
This is probably just a year or two before she went on to SNL, right?
I think you're right.
Yeah, 95.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool.
She was great.
Which is kind of funny because she's the other half of that great NPR duo with Molly
That's
Shannon,
right.
who we'll get.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really cool to see her on this. I think we can just move on to the final scene here over the credits. Newman is sprinting down the sidewalk when he runs into Jerry, and he starts ranting about Elaine running the Soup Nazi out of business. She's down there causing all this commotion, and now she's going to publish his recipes. Now that the secret's out, he's not going to make any more soup. He's moving out of the country, moving to Argentina. No more soups, Vinny. No more for any of us. So he sprints off, and where's he going?
He's giving away what's left. I gotta go home and get a big pot.
And that's when, so Newman heads off one way to get the pot, and then I guess Jerry is sprinting off to go to the Soup Nazi.
Stage freeze.
Don't say stage freeze, just do it. I guess Jerry thinks, all right, if Newman's going for the pot, I'm going to go for as many individual cups as I can get.
Yeah.
Now, when I was younger, I never really picked up on that whole like Nazi parallel with, you know, a lot of Nazis fleeing to South America after the war. So I always assumed as a kid, too, that, oh, yeah, the Soup Nazi, he's from Argentina. So we got through all of the scenes here, but there's one last scene I want to discuss with you, Vinny, and I don't think you got a chance to read this. This is from the table draft. At the end, you know, I'm scrolling through, okay, we get the Newman scene, that's it. No. There was a different show closer, and this involves the soup stand. So I don't know how you want to do this. I could be I'll be the narrator, you know, like describe the scene direction, and you can be Kramer and I'll be Jerry. How does that sound?
Okay. All right.
So here we go. This was the original show closer that we were going to get over credits. Interior Soup Nazi stand. Customer number 1 ordering goat curry, and the camera reveals Kramer behind the counter.
Goat curry coming right up. There you go.
Next in line is Jerry. Let me have a lentil, but make sure it's got plenty of broth.
Next.
Oh, come on, Kramer.
Hey, you don't order right. You don't get soup.
Kramer, it's me.
No cronyism here, pal. Move it out. Next.
Fade out. End of show.
The Seinfeld players, everybody.
Oh, God. So what do you think about that? Kramer taking over for the Soup Nazi?
I think they would have done it more justice. It would have been nice to see as a deleted scene. It's hard to visualize with our acting skills. But
what do you mean?
It would have been cool to see. Like, it reminds me of Kramer, H&H Bagel, you know, with the apron behind the counter.
Very similar,
so
yeah.
It would have been kind of cool.
You could imagine the camera work too. You know, a customer orders goat curry. I imagine the camera is sort of like focusing on the hands pouring the soup.
Exactly, yeah.
And he's got the, you know, the white outfit on.
I didn't really pick up on it until you kind of mentioned earlier in this show recap that the kind of camera work that Andy Ackerman did, he gave a lot of different looks with the zoom ins. They had a crane shot as they were walking down the street with George and Elaine when they were tasting the soup, and then the whole soup stand set up to have that entranceway so you could see not only the street but then the inside of the soup stand. It really made for a unique looking episode. And here's another example, at least what we can imagine, of this alternate closing scene.
God, what a great image. Yeah, just to have Kramer back there. And I don't know, he doesn't seem to be as cruel as the Soup Nazi. Maybe he's being a little hard on Jerry.
It could have been cool to see him, like, people expect the same perfection from the soup stand still, but Kramer, being the klutz that he is fumbling and spilling soup all over himself and ripping bags. Like, they could have went that way with it too.
Sure.
But anyway.
All right, man. Well, I think that's brought us to our ratings and reviews.
So, what do you think?
Matt, is this episode so good that your knees buckle?
I don't think I have to sit down when I watch this episode, but my knees do buckle quite a bit. I really don't have much to say here at the end that we haven't said already. I think this is a great episode of Seinfeld. I don't think it's one of the all-time bests, in all honesty. I think in that area it's a bit overrated. I think it just, for whatever reason, was really popular at the time, and it just clicked with most people around the country, around the world. I don't understand it. I don't by any means think this is a bad episode or one of the worst episodes from the season. In fact, I think it's probably in the top half. It's just never really been one of my all-time favorites, as most people I imagine would rank it. How do you feel, though?
I agree with you. This episode, I don't really buckle, but I feel a little tingle in my knees.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the extent of it. But I think that's the character of the Soup Nazi is so. The word coming to mind is like electric, but I guess his explosive quality, similar to like a George, ho-ho. But I think people gravitated to the Soup Nazi character, and that's what they love about this episode, and just the whole story behind it of him being this eccentric soup restaurateur.
Right. So two things. Like, he's a fantastic single shot character, one of the all-time best. We can agree on that. And I think when people found out, wait, there's a real Soup Nazi?
Yeah.
That added a lot, I think, to the character and just this episode as a whole. Because, I mean, who doesn't love a Seinfeld episode that's just ripped from real life?
Mm-hmm. Of course, those make for the best episodes.
Wait, and we can actually go visit the real Soup Nazi?
But I think I said earlier in the show, I'm still kind of riding high off of the hot tub episode. Mm-hmm. And that one, I was chuckling. I had just a great experience rewatching that show. This one was fun, but it doesn't leave me with that same quality after watching. So this one, for me, will not crack my top 20.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay. If neither of us puts this in our top 20, are we going to get a lot of backlash?
This is outrageous. I don't know.
Right, because it's such a beloved episode. So just to hopefully prevent people from writing any of those emails, I'm going to put this in my number. This is so insulting. My number 20.
Oh, please. Do you believe this guy?
So I'm sacrificing the maestro just so no one can say we didn't put this in our top 20 at some point.
You know who you are right now? You're Kramer, and the audience are the street toughs.
Yes.
And they're intimidating you right now.
So the maestro, he's out of there. He's gone to Tuscany. And I'm going to put the Soup Nazi in number 20, right behind the Chinese restaurant at number 19.
Ah, culinary cuisine rounding out your top 20. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. Please feel free to send us an email at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or you can send us a voicemail at Coco Bosco.
Vinny, what episode do we have next week?
We are discussing the 7th episode of season 7. The Secret Code.
Right on. Hey, Vinny, by the way, how you feeling? You doing okay?
I'm depressed. I got this new shirt, the button fell off. Once the button falls off, that's it. I'll never fix it.
Yeah, it's too bad. For now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing off. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
Jambalaya.